Hi guys, welcome to the pitch fight final. And that's pitch with a P, just in case you wonder. Some people did wonder. We had 16 wonderful startups fight fiercely today. 2 hours of fighting and everything was allowed. We even had a guy pointing a gun at one of the jury members, and this is no joke actually. One only will take the crown. So we have 3 finalists. 2 dreams shall be shattered and 1 hero shall be born. Let's put some drama into this, guys. The structure is 3-minute pitches, and then the jury will ask questions, which will also take 3 minutes. But you guys are more than welcome and encouraged to join in. So write down your questions and please do so. The champion, the winner, will of course live forever happy and gain eternal beauty and wealth. Apart from that, it's not just fame and glory here. There is some great prizes. We have free advertising by Business Punk worth 10,000 euros. We have coverage from Gründerszene and Venture Village. We have a free logo design from 99 Designs. And there may be a wildcard by Axelspringer. They don't have to pull that card, but they may. They just launched an accelerator program which is called Plug and Play, and they may have a wild card to hand out. So let me introduce the jury. First one up, Alexander Kölpin from WESTTECH Ventures. Could you come up on stage, please? And everybody has to pitch, unfortunately, Alexander. So give us a 20-second pitch. What do you do?
I haven't been one. WESTTECH Ventures is a seed VC in Berlin. We invest not only in seed, but also pre-seed. So that means an angel stage in tech companies, media tech companies. We have a portfolio of around about 14 companies now, and we are planning to make it grow. We are located in Berlin, Backfabrik. So if you have an interesting project, please don't be afraid. Talk to us. I'll be here the whole day.
Great. Thank you very much. Next one up, Lindsay Fryer, Chief Editor of Venture Village. Most of you will know Lindsay. But for the others, what do you do?
Nice to meet you. Venture Village is the premium source of news and perspectives on the Berlin startup scene and more in Europe as well, because we don't live in a bubble, even though we pretend we do. And yeah, if you've got a great idea, then come and speak to us. We want to find the next European Google or Facebook, and we think events like this are where it's going to happen. So maybe even at the pitch fight.
Great stuff. Thank you very much, Lindsay. And Jürgen Hofgarter, we already mentioned it, Axelspringer, Plug and Play. I won't ask you if you're going to take the wild card. You don't have to answer that now. You should be answering that later. But what do you do? What is Plug and Play?
So Axelspringer Plug and Play is the recently launched accelerator program of, on the one hand, Axelspringer, obviously, and Plug and Play from the Silicon Valley. And what we offer to startups is a little bit of initial financing, startup financing, seed financing. We offer a free office space here for a period of 3 months. And we offer a lot of networking, coaching, and support to help the companies we choose accelerate.
Thank you, Jürgen. Please take your seat. The jury will have 3 criteria to look at the pitches. One is the pitch itself. The second is the idea, the product idea, and the innovativeness of the idea. And thirdly, the market potential of every startup. So you guys, please lean back, fasten your seatbelts, and do what you do best. Tweet about this. The hashtag is pitchfight. And let's get the guys pumped up with the final quote of Mahatma Gandhi. He said, "First they ignore you, then they ridicule you, then they fight you, and then you win." Ladies and gentlemen, please give a loud welcome to the first contender, the first man, the lord of the Tado kingdom, and contender for the crown, Leopold von Bismarck. Please.
Thank you very much. All right, so hi, I'm Leo. I'm the CMO of Tado. Even though they put CEO on the tag, so thanks for das Adeln sozusagen. So basically, we have this problem in the world right now that 35% of the energy goes to heating and cooling of homes, right? And if you look at these buildings in Germany, for example, you'll see that 74% of these buildings have been built before 1979. So they're very poorly insulated. They lose temperature in just a short amount of time. And then most of you, about 85%, just heat all day, basically. They have 21 degrees in their nice, warm apartment, even though they go to work for 10 hours. And this is a substantial amount of waste, actually, that you that you put out there. And you can't blame these people because there is no good thermostat on the market right now. They're very, very complicated and they're very, very static. And that's exactly the reason why we made Tado. Tado is like a very awesome autopilot for your heating system that just takes care of the regulation for you. You don't have to do anything, and it saves 27% of energy on average. So basically, it consists of this mobile app. That's the main point of contact. And then also this white little box that you can install yourself. I'll show you how to do it in just a minute. Okay, basically 3 main features. First of all, Tado adapts to you. So that means as soon as the last resident leaves the house, Tado will lower the temperature, so energy is being conserved. And when the first resident comes back home, we'll preheat the apartment so it's nice and warm when you arrive. And then also, Tado gets to know your apartment really well. So we see how fast it cools down, how fast it heats up. And this way, we know about insulation and the windows, and it helps us to regulate even better. The third point is that we include weather forecasting data. So if we know that it's going to be a very sunny day, Tado might decide to heat less, conserve energy, and also avoid the overshooting of inside temperatures that sometimes happens in modern homes. Okay, so speaking about installation, we offer an installation service, but right now, 97% of all people install themselves. If you have a screwdriver, your grandmother can do it. It's really, really easy. It's only 24 volts, so no danger involved. And basically take the old ugly thermostat off, put the 2 wires in the back of the box, that's it. You can download the app and you're good to go. We have some guys that actually ordered the installation service but canceled it in the end because they felt that it's very easy. Okay, so to sum it up, this is the package that we've been shipping since November last year. Basically, it's the first cloud-based geolocation heating system for your home that saves a lot of energy. So it's also a commercial case. You save more than you spent for it. And
all right.
More transparency and comfort. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Leopold. Leopold of Tado. So why don't we start with you guys? Any questions from the audience? There's 2 ladies with mics running around somewhere, so just hands up if you want to ask a question. If not, we start out maybe with Lindsay. Another question to Leopold?
Yeah, okay. In terms of, just a usability question, in terms of, say you had a target in mind, you want to save 100 euros per year. Is that something that you could program the system to do?
Well, the system obviously is programmed to save as much as it can.
Yeah,
and,
sure.
Usually we have worked with the Fraunhofer Institute for Bauphysik, and they have found out that it's roughly 27% on savings. Mm-hmm. So if you spend 1,000 euros a year on heating, which is an average value for Germany, then that's about 300 euros. That's a lot higher than the 99. So the commercial case for the private customers there, definitely.
Sure, okay, but you can't customize it for particular targets?
Well, it's customized to the maximum of savings. So okay. Tado works for you 24/7 to get you maximum comfort and less energy input.
Okay.
Any question from the audience? Come on, guys. Yo, Christoph Redke. What a surprise. Woo!
So I think, like with many ideas, this is mainly a distribution question, right? Are you going to distribute this only yourself as a design item? Are you going to team up with utilities? Are you going to team up with intermediaries like Gaswasser-Scheiße-Installateure? What has worked for you so far? What's the best sales channel? And how are you going to build that up and ramp that up?
Thank you.
So yeah, you're actually right. So the focus has switched from product development to sales. So we are in 100% sales mode right now. And basically we have 3 main areas that we work on. First of all, direct sales, of course, online. Tado is an online company. So we do sell on our shop. Most of the sales right now have come from the shop, including PR, including performance marketing activities that we do. So some banner advertising, SEM, which works well. Then, of course, we are building a decentralized sales partner network consisting of chimney sweeps, actually. It's pretty cool that they seem to like our product and they can sell it to the homes. They're also supposed to bring luck to you, so always touch them if you see one. Electro installers also, photovoltaic installers are guys that are in the household and that have the trust with the customer. And then, of course, utilities and real estate companies. This is something that's a little more long-term, so we build it up in parallel. But I think starting next year, we'll have big potential there. We sold one pilot project recently to one utility, so working on this as well.
Any more questions? We have time for another one, right? Nope, we don't. Sue says we don't. So thank you very much, Leopold and Tado. Thank you very much. So you can almost keep on applauding to welcome the second man, the Lord of the Tame Kingdom, and contender for the crown, Torsten Müller. Welcome.
Yes, hello, I'm Torsten Müller from Tado, but our product is called Tame, and I'm going to present that now to you. Tame is the first context search engine for the real-time web. Sounds complicated, but it's quite easy. I'm going to prove it to you. Okay, so this is the basic situation. This is all the stuff from the real-time web coming in 60 seconds. We're going to break that down now. We're going to look at Twitter in particular. And if you look at Twitter, this is going to be in 60 seconds on Twitter. It's 100,000 tweets plus a lot of new accounts every second. This is information overload. This is too much. If I'm breaking that down to my personal Twitter consumption, I'm following about 750 people. That's more than 3,000 plus tweets per day in my timeline. If I want to scroll through all that stuff, it's going to take me ages. So I want to have something that actually breaks that down for me. Last week we did a test. We just tracked the hashtags, the tweets for the hashtag for the Republica conference, and that was about 75,000 tweets in 3 days. So what we are doing with our tool is we're going to take all these tweets, put them into our algorithm where the magic happens, and out comes 3 rankings, the most relevant topics, people, and links. And that looks like this. This is our dashboard. I just typed in Heureka for today, and now you can see in this column is the most relevant hashtags. It's sure HRK13. And we are giving you a little definition of the hashtag. It's hard to read, unfortunately. We're giving you all the relevant tweets. We're giving you the most relevant accounts that are connected to that hashtag. In this case, it's the conference account, it's the Gründerszene, quite obvious. And we're giving you in the third column the most relevant content that is being shared for that hashtag. And you can do that now for anything you want to search for on Twitter. You can do that for your own timeline, so all the people you follow. You can do that for your Twitter lists. Basically, you can Google your own Twitter account with our tool. So this is the market. This is 500 million Twitter users worldwide. 288 million are active users. 18 to 28 million are professional power users. This is our target group. This is Twitter growth in Germany last year. Germany is still to develop a little bit more. Our target groups, basically everyone that is feeling overloaded, overwhelmed by the information overload. But in particular, it's journalists that want to do real-time research, identify experts, and curate sources. It's public relations that want to analyze trends, monitor brands. And it's also, we're doing a pilot project here for political consulting, who want to monitor trends, see what is being talked about, their parties, the politicians on Twitter. We're going to launch a freemium model soon, but right now we're in open beta, so just go to Tame it and try it. It's free to use. Thank you.
Thank you, Torsten. How can we get the pitch fight on top of the list? The guys are not tweeting, right?
Yeah, we need more tweets.
We need more tweets, hashtag pitch fight.
Get it into our ranking.
All right, thank you very much. Any questions from the audience for Torsten? If not, maybe Alex.
Yes, I'd like to ask, could you elaborate a little bit about these questions, like the dependence on one provider, which is Twitter right now, and whether there would be other markets you would go into?
Yeah, that was a question also asked earlier, like what was the most important lesson for us, and I said it's focus, because we're focusing on Twitter right now, we're focusing on the real-time web. There are other platforms that could be interesting for us. the real-time web is not only Twitter, but it's mostly Twitter at the moment. But you can say LinkedIn is tapping into that. There is app.net. So in the future, we could be thinking about applying what we do to Twitter to other platforms as well. But as a startup, you need to focus. So we started with Twitter, and that's for our perception, that's the best point to start with.
Cool. Questions from the audience? Christoph.
Did you pay him money? Or?
No, it's...
You told us about your target groups being journalists, PR professionals. Now, to my knowledge, these people are dirt poor. Unfortunately, you may say.
PRs are not so poor.
They are poor. So can you give us an idea about, like everybody knows that the numbers around tweets and Twitter are gigantic, but how about the market for Twitter tools or for communication tools that run on top of them? My perception is there is no such market, but I may be totally wrong. How big is that market? Are people actually spending money on additional tools?
Can you be brief? Then we have another question over there. Cool.
Yeah, there is a market. There are actually tools that are running quite successfully. Hootsuite would be one example. They have 5 million paying users, so there is definitely a market there. But you need to make it well, that's for sure.
Yep.
And I'm also working in PR, and I'm using Hootsuite as a professional social media dashboard. And my question to you is, do you plan to integrate your services in other dashboards, for example, like Hootsuite or other professional platforms who are used by PR agencies, political relations agencies, and so on? Because, of course, it's interesting for individuals and for freelancers to use the free account or for €5 a month, but for big business and for hockey stick, it's important to get a B2B business and not just alone a B2B business, also together with existing big platforms and dashboards.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a really relevant market for us. We're starting more for the B2C at the moment, but we're actually targeting B2B as well, because we think it's more like bottom-up. If people come and discover our tool and say to their bosses, okay, that's a great tool, I want to use this more on a bigger scale, that's going to be our entry to the big B2B market. But we already provide data for B2B customers. So this is definitely something that we're planning to do.
Timekeeper, that's it. Thank you very much. Thanks, Torsten. Tame. All right, guys. The final man, the lord of the admineo kingdom. Please come up. Eugen and Michael, welcome. Only one.
Okay. Hello everybody, I'm Micha from admineo, and our playground is e-commerce. Let's have a look at the detailed statistics of e-commerce. It's big and it keeps growing. But let's go back to the real world. When you shop in a supermarket, you have physical goods in your hand. You got the clear value proposition right there in front of you. However, when you shop online, it's differently. You just got a digital representation of the product you want to buy. So we say e-commerce is all about product data. It needs to be well presented and well structured. You all know this. But let's look behind the scenes. Where does this product data come from? And yeah. Technically, it's very simple. You got a supplier, he gives you product data, you put it online and start selling. Quite easy. But unfortunately, in reality, this looks a lot different. You have a supplier, he does a difficult price calculation, puts it in an Excel sheet, sends it to you, someone on your team copy and pastes it into your ERP system, someone else takes it out of there, exports a list, puts it online, and everyone hopes it's going to work. And this process beautifully scales with the number of suppliers and the number of sales channels you have. But thank God there's Excel. However, people think differently of Excel, and that's one of the reasons why we think B2B product data is broken, and admineo fixes this. We are creating a platform where suppliers and retailers come together to exchange product data efficiently, and also we provide a workflow to make the whole thing more fun. What can the suppliers actually do with admineo? They can upload their product data and send it with one action to all of their retailers with prices and all the necessary product data. By this, they can bring the products faster into the market. And the retailers on the other side, they can receive this product data and they have a transparent overview of what has happened to their data, have prices changed and stuff like this. And also they can bring now products faster into the market and into their sales channels. And of course, by having all this digitally now and not having to copy and paste, there will be lots less errors within the data. The basis of data exchange is comparable data in the same structure, and that's very difficult to do. Many of you know this. So we invented this cool drag and drop tool, which puts any kind of Excel file into our data structure, which is necessary to transfer the data. But it's very simple and very easy to use, and it's actually fun. Once you've uploaded this data, you can see every single change that comes in from the data from your supplier. Oh.
Oh. Well, thank you very much. Thank you. Co-founder on stage. You were bound to come on stage, both of you. Eugen, Michael, exactly. Thank you very much, guys. Any questions from the audience? This is so helpful to have these slides, right? You pitched before without slides, everybody. And it's more.
We on? Okay. I have one question. Basically, when I look at tools like this, there's often a problem of kind of the adaption rate, right? Like getting people to actually go through the pre-configuration to then use the tool effectively, and also then the kind of loss in translation between using it with some clients and then not with others, and then trying to either fix that instead of it becoming kind of one other thing they have to take care of. In how you're building this, in terms of how people implement, is that being considered? Do you have some sort of adaption process that makes it easier, or not, basically?
Good question, actually. What we do is we address the issues where they're happening right now in the workflow. Right now, people are sending Excel documents through different companies. And what we do is replace this simple step. Like, you have Excel, you don't need to send it multiple times. You can adopt it very easily if you have Excel data. And the next step, we are addressing integration directly into ERP systems and online stores. So this kind of adoption is quite easily done because we are based on a very powerful data model, which comes from SAP and some big brands, but we have simplified it to make the adoption actually really simple.
Christoph.
What you're trying to do is really the holy grail of local commerce, right?
Thank you.
And many have done and tried that before, and they all failed because it is so extremely hard in this extremely fractured market of small one-stop shop owners, little chains, people who are not even working with Excel but with pencil and papers, people who already have their small ERP systems developed by the systems house, or they've taken a standard solution. All of them already have something running, and it's extremely hard to distribute in that area. So how are you going to crack that nut? I think that Groupon is working on it, Google is working on it, people with real great distribution power, and they haven't yet cracked that nut. How are you going to do that?
The answer is probably politics. So MediaMarkt and Zalando actually did also solve this problem for themselves. They did build an in-house solution which made their product data exchange with their suppliers very easy. So what we are doing is we're going to, let's say, medium to big merchants, online retailers, and have them force their suppliers to use it. And if they do, they profit most if they bring all of their other retailers and merchants, because they have a streamlined process with all of them. So that's a thesis, and it's working out, I hope. So, so far it does.
Maybe one more question, Jürgen, from the jury.
So I think it actually ties in what you're talking about. So my big question is, what are the type of online stores you're going after as your target segment? Because there's plenty of them, obviously. I would expect the big ones like Amazon, like Zalando, that they would build their in-house solutions that are most convenient for them from their workflow perspective, and they actually have the buying power towards their suppliers to really enforce a tool like that on them. So what are the stores that you're going after, and how are they going to enforce it on their suppliers?
Amazon is actually part of the answer, because what Amazon forces you to do is, if you are trying to sell stuff with Amazon, then you're giving up your product data. And then Amazon takes this data which is in terms and conditions, actually, and everybody knows. I hope everybody knows. And what they're doing then is looking at which products are running very well and selling them themselves. So if you go to Amazon as a merchant, as an online retailer, you're basically losing your position in the long term. So that's where we are not going. So we're trying to make a kind of opposition. So smaller clients have a chance to build up the same good solution.
Thank you very much, guys. Big hand for admineo, Michael and Eugene. And, hey, guys, stay. So could, that was Eugene, right? Eugene, come up. Tado, Tame as well, all the contestants up on stage, please. This is where it's getting serious, so the jury has the tough choice to make here. Only one team can obviously win. Do you already have a consensus, or do you want some more time to discuss?
I think we need some time to convene,
between two,
I guess.
All right, these guys are going to convene.
And if there's a way to pull off the microphones, that would be helpful. Just
So that leaves us a little bit of time to discuss this day, the experience. People say that film makes you famous, TV makes you rich, and the pitch fight makes you hard as steel. Was it a gruesome experience today?
We're still smiling, we're still here, I think we're kind of psychically okay.
You're still in good spirit, right? So if you could get 1 hour in a room with anyone to boost your startup, who would it be?
For me, it would probably somebody up in the food chain of Google, maybe Twitter, somebody like that, yeah.
Okay. How about you, Tado? Any person that comes to your mind?
Maybe a combination of Helmut Schmidt and The Rock. Those two together would be quite cool to entitle.
Okay. Admineo?
Probably the most known naive optimist I know, that's like Elon Musk, who says, we just address any problem in the world and it seems to work out.
All right.
I'd like to can that too.
And Torsten, you've been at the market for how long? Have you launched already?
Yes, we are an open beta since December.
So what would be the price that you'd sell your company today?
Price that I tell how much my company is worth?
Well, that you would basically sign a deal today. Is there a price that would get you to sell your company today?
Probably.
That's a tough question, right?
A lot of zeros.
I'm putting you on the spot. I mean, we want some, we want some difficult questions now up on stage.
Okay.
You don't have to answer this.
No, we were evaluating.
But you don't have to put a currency also, so you could say anything, right? And then leave the currency open.
Okay, I can just draw a lot of zeros to the wall. Okay.
Exactly.
When I'm finished, probably the jury will also be finished. Okay.
It'd be. So more questions to do. Unless they have found. They have found. Okay, so I don't have to fill in with stupid questions anymore. Thank you very much. Lindsay, you want to announce the winner?
Okay, yes, with pleasure, actually. Let me just get all the stuff that they need, too. Yeah, we didn't take long to deliberate, but we would like Tado to win.
Tado! Nice job, buddy.
Well done. And
round of applause to everybody, obviously.
Not just
Great
a copy of Business Punk, but advertising in Business Punk. And a logo design. And your startup on Grown Designer and Venture Village. So
thank you.
Well done.
We can use any exposure really well, so this is going to help us a lot.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
What's your Oscar thank you note? Anything? Have you prepared?
Well, I was asked
discount
earlier
codes,
on
discount
video.
codes, right? Discount codes.
Discount codes, but I was told it's not a sales raffle. But if you want one, approach me after, and we have a nice Frühlingsaktion for people who would like to IoT their heating system. I was asked earlier about what's important in a startup, and I think we all say yes to a lot of things, but it's also important to say no sometimes, and that's the only thing I can give as an advice, probably. So thank you very much.
Awesome. Leopold, thank you very much.
We did.
And one more announcement, guys. I mean, there may be an announcement. We don't know that, obviously. So, Jürgen from Axelspringer Plug and Play, the new accelerator in town. Did you come to a conclusion whether you want to give out a wildcard for the program or not?
Yeah, so actually, as Nico has mentioned, we have the opportunity to hand out a wildcard to one of the finalists. a wild card in the sense of our first batch, our first program is starting on the 21st of May. So it's actually starting next week. It's a 3-month program. And we've so far selected 9 companies. And I really have the feeling we've seen 3 great finalists. And we can add up and round up so that we have 10 startups participating in the first batch. And here's the wild card. And it actually goes to Tame.
Tame! Nice one. Congratulations. All right, guys, thank you very much. That was the pitch fight. We have a new warden of the East, protector of the crown, the pitch fight counts. So see you next year. Bye.
Yeah, congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah, that was fun.
Thank you very much, Lindsay.